Good afternoon to all. Now we are starting fourth semester course, which is the discipline specific physics paper 6, PHY 402, optics and lasers. Now this course has a weightage of 60 marks and credits of 3. Now the syllabus for this course is briefed here. So this is the syllabus for unit first, that is the geometrical optics. The whole course is divided into 5 units. We will take the syllabus unit wise. So this is the syllabus of unit 1, that is the geometrical optics. So in this unit we have to learn deviation produced by thin lenses, then equivalent focal length of two thin lenses separated by distance and when in contact. Then we have to learn again the power of lens and these types of aberrations, spherical aberration and chromatic aberration, and the methods for reducing the spherical aberration. So as well as along with the spherical aberration, we will have to learn the chromatic aberration and chromatism. So what do you mean by these terms? We will learn one by one. So this is the syllabus of the unit 1. We will take the syllabus of the unit 2 later on. So we will take the syllabus unit wise. So this is the syllabus of unit 1. Now the name of the course is optics and lasers. Basically it is the course of optics and laser is the part of it. So laser is also a source of light, but the name of the course is given as optics and lasers, but it is actually related with the optics. So we will start as usual. What is optics or what is optical science? So as we are studying the course, we should know what is the optics or what do you mean by optical science. So optics is the branch of physics which deals with the study of the behavior of light and its interactions with the matter. Now we know what is light. The objects are visible due to the light. So light is a form of energy. So to study the behavior of light and its interaction with the matter. So what do you mean by behavior of light? How the light behaves, how the light travels, what are the different phenomena related with the light. So this is the behavior of light and its interaction with matter. So what do you mean by interaction with matter? Now we cannot see the object as long as the light falls on it. So when light falls on an object, the light is reflected from the object and it enters into our eyes and our eyes detects these objects. So this is called as the interaction of light with the matter. So when light is incident on some matter, it becomes visible. So it is the branch of physics. Optics is the branch of physics which deals with the study of the behavior of light and its interactions with the matter. Or we can coin this definition in another way. It is the branch of physics which deals with the study of the nature and properties of light. So how the light behaves, how what are its properties, all these things we will learn in a course optics. So it is the branch of physics which deals with the study of the nature and properties of light. Or we can say in short, what is the optics? Optics is the science of light. So whatever we learn about the light, it is the optics. So optics is the branch related with the light. So optics is the science of light. So these are the few definitions I have given to you. You can remember any one of them. So in short, optics is the science of light. So how the light behaves, what are the different properties of light, how the light interacts with the matter, all these things we will learn in this course, that is the optics. So this course or the optics is one of the most important field of physics, because nowadays the knowledge of optics is essential, right from for the lens makers to the telescope manufacturers, as well as for the communication purposes, because in the communication purposes the properties of light plays a very important role, because the laser is the second part of this course we know, and this laser is also certain kind of light which has a special characteristics, and these special characteristics are used for communication purpose. So it is the most important field of physics. So study of nature and properties of light, this is a very important field of physics. So this optics optics branch is again divided into 3 sub branches, and these 3 sub branches are geometrical optics, physical optics, and quantum optics. Vitan Lakshat. So this optics is again divided into 3 sub branches, that is the geometrical optics, physical optics, and quantum optics. So we will learn optics using 3 different methods, and these 3 different methods are listed here. So what do you mean by geometrical optics? So right from the standard of 5th or 7th, 5th or 6th, we are learning the lenses and prisms and the formation of images by the lenses, mirrors, or prisms. So the formation of images by these devices, for example, formation of the image by the lens or formation of the image by the mirror. So we shows this formation of images with the help of some kind of ray diagrams. We show these formation of images with the help of ray diagram. So this geometrical optics, it is also called as the ray optics, because in this branch, light is considered to travel in a straight line. So we are learning from the many years that light travels in a straight line. We know this is the property of the light. Light travels in a straight line. So we denote the path of the light by showing a straight line in our notebook, or we denote the formation of images by the lenses or mirrors or by the prisms with the help of lines, and therefore this is called as the ray optics. So geometrical optics means the formation of images can be shown geometrically. Formation of the images can be shown geometrically, and therefore it is called as the geometrical optics, or it is also called as the ray optics. So in the ray optics, the light is considered to travel in a straight line, or it is the study of light as a rays. So we study the light considering as it is, these are the rays. So what are the different phenomenon which can be studied with the help of geometrical optics? So the rectilinear propagation of light. So rectilinear propagation of light means the light travels in a straight line. So we show the ray of light by drawing a line in our notebook, or by drawing a line on a blackboard, we show the ray of light. So ray of light or beam of light we can show using the lines, and the phenomenon which can be explained on the basis of these geometrical optics, these are the rectilinear propagation of light. So rectilinear propagation of light means light travels in a straight line. Then the finite velocity, it is one of the phenomenon of the also of the related to the light. Then reflection and refraction. So these are the most important phenomenon we have studied in the earlier standards. So what is the reflection? When light is incident on a polished surface, it changes its path in the same medium, or it changes its direction in the same medium. Suppose this is the polished surface, and if a light is incident on this polished surface from the air medium, so it will change after striking to this polished surface, it goes back in the same medium. It goes back in the, it changes its direction in the same medium. So we call this as the reflection. So the law of reflection is that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So the angle of incidence is measured with reference to the normal drawn to the plane surface. So if you draw a normal to the plane surface, and if you incident a light on this uh, plane surface, then the angle made by this ray with the normal, it is called as the angle of incidence, and the light after reflection, it goes back into the same medium. So there is no change in medium. So in reflection, the light changes its direction in the same medium. So the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So this is called the reflection of the light. The second property which can be studied using the geometrical optics is the refraction of light. So refraction of light means when a light travels from one medium to the other medium, one medium to the other medium. For example, for rare medium to the denser medium, or from denser medium to the rare medium. So it changes its path. It changes its path, or the direction of the light is changed. So for example, when a light is incident on a transparent glass plate, so when the light passes from the transparent glass plate, it changes, it gets deviated from its normal path, or it is deviated from the incident path. So this deviation or change in path of the light when it passes from one medium to the other medium, it is called as the refraction. So these are the phenomenon which can be easily explained using the ray diagrams. So reflection, refraction, rectilinear propagation, all these phenomenon or all these properties of light can be explained, or by drawing a ray diagrams. So ray diagrams plays a very important role in the geometrical optics. So all the formation of images can be explained by this geometrical optics. Now the second category or sub branch of the optics is the physical optics. So again, we are familiar with the physical optics. Now in the 12th standard, we have studied the wave nature of light. So when we consider light as a wave, then that study will belong to the physical optics. So it is also called as the wave optics, because here the wave characteristics of the light is considered. So in physical optics, or it is also called as the wave optics. So in the physical optics or wave optics, light is considered to be an electromagnetic wave, or it is the study of light as a waves. So in physical optics, the light is considered as a waves, and the phenomenon which are explained on the basis of waves are interference, diffraction, polarization, double diffraction, etc. So we have a separate study on the interference, diffraction, polarization, and double refraction. So interference, diffraction, and polarization, these are the optical phenomena which cannot be explained on the basis of geometrical optics, but they can be explained on the basis of physical optics, that is considering the wave nature of light. Considering the wave nature of light, we can explain the interference, diffraction, and polarization. So reflection and refraction, these are the geometrical phenomena. Interference, diffraction, polarization, these are the physical phenomena. So means these phenomena are explained on the basis of wave theory of light. Now the third subcategory of optics is the new one, and it is the quantum optics. Now this is the modern branch of optics, and it has been developed in the current years. So what is the quantum optics? We will have a quantum mechanics, a separate course in the TYBSc. There you will see what is the quantum. So the de Broglie has suggested that the matter has a wave nature. Similarly, the wave is associated with the particle. So therefore, light behaves as a wave as well as particle. So light behaves as a particle as well as wave. So there are some phenomena in which the light shows a wave character, and there are some phenomena in which the light shows a particle nature. So in quantum optics, the light is considered as a particle, or the particle nature of the light is considered, and this particle of the light, it is called as the photon. So what is the photon? Photon is the smallest energy packet of the light, and therefore it is called as the quanta. It is called as the quanta. It is the smallest unit of the energy in the light. So single photon, it is called as the energy packet. So or particle, photon is called as the particle. So quantum optics, it is based on particle nature of light, and that particle of the light, it is called as the photon, and therefore it is also called as the photon optics. So it is the study of light as a particles. So in the quantum optics, light is considered as a particle or a photon, and when we consider light as a particle, then it will have a energy, it will have a momentum. So when momentum is considered, it has a particle nature. So these are the three sub branches of optics: geometrical optics, physical optics, and quantum optics. Now out of these three optics, we have to study the geometrical optics and physical optics in this course. We do not have a chapter on the quantum optics, so it is beyond the scope of our syllabus. But we will learn geometrical optics and physical optics. Now what is geometrical optics? We have seen in the geometrical optics is a branch of light which deals with the particle nature or ray nature of light, that we have seen. So in this core, in this geometrical optics, we deals with the geometrical formation of images formed by lenses, mirrors, or prism. So here is some example. Suppose here M is the convex lens, is shown in here, and this B dash is the line passing through the center of the lens, and this line is called as the principal axis of the lens. Now here this AB is the object, and the rays coming from this object, they are incident on this convex lens, and at the right hand side there is a formation of the image. So this formation of the image, or this image, can be constructed by these ray diagrams. So the ray of the light is shown by these lines. So this is the incident ray, AM is the incident ray, as well as AO is the incident ray, and after refraction, these rays passes through the focus, and there is a formation of the image. So where the image will form, it depends upon the position of the object. So where the object is placed, depending upon the position of the object, the image will be formed. So here I have shown this diagram simply in order to demonstrate you that this is the geometrical optics, because the formation of image can be explained by drawing these ray diagrams. So this is the ray diagram. So how the convex lens will form the image, it is shown by drawing these ray diagrams. Therefore this is called as the ray optics or geometrical optics. Here we have not considered the wave nature of the light. The waves nature, electromagnetic wave nature of light is not considered. So how the geometrical optics is studied? So this is the lens, and how this lens forms the image of an object. So the formation of the image of the object can be shown by this ray diagram, and therefore this study belongs to the category of geometrical optics. So you only remember what is the geometrical optics, and you should only go through these images in order to understand what do you mean by geometrical optics. So these are the various diagrams showing the formation of the images. Now this is the convex lens. Now this is the beam of parallel rays coming from an object which is placed at the infinity. So when the object is placed at infinity, the rays are coming from that objects are parallel rays, and the image will form at the focus. So here object is at, when the object is at infinity, the image will form at the focus of the lens. So this is F is the focus of the lens. Now in these 6 diagrams, where the image will form, it depends upon the position of the object, and accordingly the images are formed. So again, these are the diagrams I have put in this slide show to demonstrate you what do you mean by the geometrical optics. So don't remember all these diagrams. So you remember only what do you mean by geometrical optics. So this is the again convex lens shown. This is a beam of parallel rays. These are the parallel rays. So after refraction through this lens, all these rays converges to the single point, and that single point is called as the focal point. So we will see the terminology of these lenses in this in the next slides. Physical optics. So this is all about the geometrical optics. Now in physical optics, we consider the wave nature of the light, and wave nature of the light is considered, and depending upon on this wave nature of light, interference, diffraction, polarization, and dispersion. These are the phenomenon which can be satisfactorily explained on the basis of wave nature of light, and that is called as the physical optics. Now I would like to demonstrate you what are the some terms we will have to use in the whole course. So this is the convex lens. You know there are different types of lenses. What are the different types of lenses? You know the convex lens is there, plano-convex lens is there, then concave lens is there, plano-concave lens is there, biconcave lens is there. So there are various types of lenses, as well as there are various types of mirrors, concave mirror, convex mirrors, all these things. So the formation of these images depends upon the type of the lens or type of the mirror. So this is the lens which has a curved part on both sides. It is called as the converging lens or convex lens. This lens is called as the convex lens. So this convex lens is called as the converging lens. Converging lens. Converging means to come together. Converge means to come together, and diverge means to go away from each other. So when a parallel beam of light, so see here AB, these are the parallel rays, and these parallel rays are incident on a convex lens. So this is the convex lens. So these parallel rays are incident on a convex lens. So after refraction through this convex lens, all these rays passes through the focus. That means all these rays meets at focus. All these rays meets at focus after refraction, and therefore this convex lens is called as the converging lens. Converging lens means to come together, converge, to come together. So when a parallel beam of light is incident on a convex lens, all the rays passes through the focus. So what is the focus of this lens? The focus is the point on the principal axis at which all the rays after refraction passes. So it is called as the focus of the lens. So I am explaining all these terms in order to familiarize you with the terminology of the course. आपल्याला या terms पुढे लागणार आहेत. This is not the part of the syllabus. You only remember what are these terms. So what is the principal focus and focal length of the lens? So when a parallel rays of light pass through a convex lens, the refracted rays converge at one point, and that point is called as the principal focus. In the last diagram, so this F is the principal focus because all these parallel rays pass through this F, and therefore this F is called as the principal focus. So when parallel rays of light pass through a convex lens, the refracted rays converge. Converge means they come together or they meet at a single point, at one point, and that point is called as the principal focus. And the distance between the principal focus and the center of the lens is called as the focal length. Now in this diagram, so C is the center of the lens and F is the focus. So this distance CF, it is called as the focal length. This distance is called as the focal length of the lens. So so distance between the principal focus and the center of the lens is called as the focal length. Now this is the lens I have shown, and this is called as the principal plane, the plane which passes through the center of this lens. हा एक हा प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस आहे. दिस इज द प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस. सेंटर लाईन जी तिला आपण प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस म्हणतो. द लाईन पासिंग थ्रू द सेंटर ऑफ द लेन्स along the axis, it is called the principal axis. Then the plane which passes through the center of the lens but perpendicular to the principal axis, perpendicular to the principal axis, it is called as the principal plane. It is called as principal plane. So the point at which the principal plane and principal axis intersects is called as the principal point. So this point is called as the principal point or nodal point. So when the rays of light passes through this principal point or nodal point, that light is undeviated. Remember, this is the property. म्हणजे ज्यावेळेला हा प्रिन्सिपल पॉइंट मधून लाईट पास होतो किंवा नोडल पॉइंट मधून लाईट पास होतो, इट इज अनडेव्हिएटेड. त्याच्यामध्ये कुठलाही त्याच्या पाथ मध्ये फरक पडत नाही. इट इज नॉट डेव्हिएटेड. इट डज नॉट गेट रिफ्रॅक्टेड. इट डज नॉट गेट रिफ्रॅक्टेड. But other rays, when they are incident on this lens, they get refracted. They changes their path. They changes their path. हा जो सेंटरचा जो लाईट लाईन आहे बघा, ही कशी आहे, इट इज अनडेव्हिएटेड. सो rays of light passing through the nodal point are undeviated, and the light parallel to the principal axis is converged or diverged from the point F. It is called as the principal focus. When the light is passing incident, parallel light is incident on this principal on this lens, it converges to the focus, and beyond this focus you will see the light is again diverging. Beyond the focus you will see the light is again diverging. So at the focus the light is converging or it is diverging. So both are things are there. So this is the principal focus. Now as I have stated, when the light ray passes through the center of the lens, it is undeviated. बघा हा जो ही जी रे दाखवलेला आहे, so it is undeviated. The ray of light passing through the optical center of the lens travels straight without suffering any deviation. So this is the incident ray which passes from the center of the lens. So it is undeviated. म्हणजे कुठलाही लाईट त्या लेन्सच्या सेंटर मधून जेव्हा जाईल त्यावेळेला त्याच्यामध्ये कुठलाही डायरेक्शन मध्ये चेंज होणार नाही. बट द इन्सिडेंट रे विच इज पॅरलल टू द प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस आफ्टर रिफ्रॅक्शन पासेस थ्रू द फोकस. म्हणजे एनी रे विच इज पॅरलल टू द प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस आफ्टर रिफ्रॅक्शन इट पासेस थ्रू द फोकस. और when the ray coming from the focus is incident on the lens, the emerging ray becomes parallel. म्हणजे जर फोकस मधून लाईट येत असेल आणि आपण त्या लेन्सवर तो इन्सिडेंट केला तर दॅट लाईट बिकम्स पॅरलल टू द प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस. तर हा दिस इज द प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस. These are the principal focus F1 and F2. These are the principal focus. This is the incident light which passes through the focus, and after emerging it is parallel to the principal axis. The rays which are parallel to the principal axis, they are called as the paraxial rays. They are called as the paraxial rays. So here the rays which are near to the principal axis, म्हणजे आपण या ठिकाणी आपण या प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिसच्या जवळचे रेज जर आपण कन्सिडर केले तर त्याला म्हणतात पॅराएक्सियल रेज. आणि जर इन्सिडेंट रे, इफ द इन्सिडेंट रेज आर अवे फ्रॉम द प्रिन्सिपल ऍक्सिस, तर that are called as the marginal rays. So remember, this is the terminology. What is the principal axis? The axis or the line passing through the center of the lens, it is called as the principal axis. The plane which passes through the center of the lens but perpendicular to the principal axis, it is called as the principal plane. And the point of intersection between the principal plane and the principal axis, it is called as the principal point or nodal point. So the light passing through this nodal point is undeviated. The light passing through this nodal point or center of the lens is undeviated. The light which is parallel to the principal axis, it passes through the principal focus after refraction. if the light is coming from the focus and if it is incident on the lens, so after emergence the light becomes parallel. जे प्रिन्सिपल फोकस मधून जर लाईट इन्सिडेंट केला आपण तर तो लेन्स मधून बाहेर पडताना काय होतो, पॅरलल लाईट होतो. सो दिस इज द टर्मिनॉलॉजी ऑफ दिस lenses. Now the next topic is the deviation produced by the thin lens, but our time is running out, so we will have to conclude here this lecture. So what we learned in this lecture, we learned what is optics. Optics is the branch of physics which deals with the behavior of light and its interaction with the matter, or we can say it is the branch of physics which deals with the study of nature and properties of light, or in short, optics is the science of light. So it is one of the important branch of physics. This optics is divided into three sub branches: geometrical optics, physical optics, and quantum optics. So in geometrical optics, the formation of the images can be explained on the basis of ray diagrams. So ray diagrams plays an important role in geometrical optics. So the particle nature or ray nature of light is considered in geometrical optics. And in physical optics, the wave nature of light is considered, and the light is studied as a wave. And there are some certain phenomena which can be explained satisfactorily on the basis of this physical optics. So physical optics means wave optics, wave nature of light is considered. And the third category is the quantum optics. So in quantum optics, the particle nature of the light is considered, and the particle of the light, it is called as the photon, and therefore it is called as the photon optics. In this branch, light is considered as a particle nature, or it is the study of light as a particle. So photoelectric effect, Compton effect, atomic excitation, pair production, these are the some phenomena which can be explained on the basis of this geometrical quantum optics. So geometrical formation of the images we have seen. So these are the geometrical formation of the images. So don't remember all these images. These are the images I have shown you for demonstration purpose only. So why converging lens is called as why convex lens is called as the converging lens, we have seen, and we have seen some terminology of the convex lens. Because in the next lectures we will require all these terminologies. So thank you for joining this lecture. Less than 1 minute is left there. Do you have any question? Please ask me. कोणाला काही प्रश्न असेल तर विचारा. एकच मिनिट बाकी आहेत. एका मिनिटात हे क्लोज होईल सेशन. अरे आवाज येतोय सरांना माझा बरोबर? चंदन, गणेश,